For many, teachers and coaches leave long-lasting impacts on their students' lives.
Yeah, and for a group of Minnesotans, their beloved teacher, Mr. Walz, is now in the running for vice president. R.J. O'Brien has the story.
The man of the moment.
Welcome the next Vice President of the United States, Tim Walz.
Thrust into the political spotlight, now a crucial voice for the Harris campaign in just the 2 weeks since he was named her running mate.
Would you be my running mate and let's get this thing on the road?
I would be honored, Madam Vice President.
He is Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
When it first became apparent that Kamala Harris was the leading choice for the Democratic candidacy, I said Tim Walz would be a perfect running mate, and everyone told me I was crazy.
Considered a potential key to reaching voters in must-win Midwestern swing states, Vice President Harris has talked up Walz's background.
And to his former high school football players, he was coach.
So we wanted to talk to some of the people who know Tim Walz best. Back when he was just Mr. Walz, a geography teacher and football coach at Mankato West High School.
The Tim that you see today is the Tim that's always been Tim.
So I had Coach Walz for geography. He was a great teacher. A lot of energy, a lot of excitement. He was always excited to go ahead and present information to people.
I was a member of the Gay Straight Alliance, for which he was a faculty advisor. He was able to bridge different communities of students and just cultivate a healthier atmosphere.
I'm proud to serve my country, and I always will be.
I think a lot of the skills that made him a wonderful teacher make him a wonderful politician as well.
Though it's been more than 20 years since graduation, they say Tim Walz left a long-lasting mark on their lives.
If we as players were having a bad day, unfortunately, you were going to have to take in his excitement. He was going to change the energy in the room just based upon who he was.
He was my basketball coach when my dad passed away. And there's no playbook for how to coach a kid who just lost his dad. He knows what to do in those kinds of situations. He certainly ended up being a role model for me. I work at the Center for Rural School Health and Education. I'm often able to think back on how I felt in his classroom and how we want that to be the way that kids feel in schools.
As Walz barnstorms battleground states in the race for the White House, those who knew him when are cheering him on every step of the way. Laura becoming a successful lawyer whose firm does work for the Harris-Walz campaign, but she doesn't. In a meeting, Tim Walz still remembered her from a school trip all those years ago.
He came and was speaking at my firm and noticed me in the crowd and said, Laura and I traveled on trains through China together, and that definitely gave me some points with my colleagues, which was nice.
One thing that I would ask people to do is be open-minded and really take him as is. And give him a shot, because I think that he does bring a lot of things to the table that, maybe some people in our society and our culture are looking for right now.
He's the real deal. Anybody who's gotten to know him over time will stand up for him, because he's stood up for so many other people through his whole life.
You heard one of those students there saying that Tim Walz could change the energy in the room. I've talked to Democrats who say that is exactly what they want him to bring tonight when he introduces himself to the American people, that teacher energy and that coach energy, guys. And they want him to carry that from tonight onto the campaign trail.
And our very own Jay O'Brien. Jay, thank you, and good to see you, man. Great story there.